avant le conflit. Mais ce que je crois qu'on peut retenir comme...
Javier, please.
Okay, thank you very much, Alvaro. Thank you very much to the presidency and to CARD for having organized this seminar, which for me is a very important seminar. At the end of the day, analyze 10 years of, to my mind, a very important growth, if I may say, of the European Union. I'd like to thank many of the faces which are here that should be grateful also for the moment that we are living now, and I'd like to thank you very much for the cooperation they've given me along all this time. Thank you for coming, some of you from some other places, and I appreciate very much your presence here, and thank you, Albert. I think that the European security and defense policy has reached an important milestone in this development. This 10th anniversary, I think, is a proof of that, but we have to keep on working and draw the lesson from our experience of this decade. And I think what you are going to do during the day is a very valuable exercise. I'm sorry I will not be with you all the time. I wish I could be there, somebody talking from here, but I'm sorry for the obligation of the day. It should include, to my mind, a range of key issues that we need to consider in taking ESDP forward in the second decade. That means policy, analysis of challenges, strategy, partnerships, structures and capabilities. I think that those are the things in which you have to keep on thinking, and we have to keep on thinking for the next 10 years. Let me say a few words about this, but let me first reflect how far we have come. Where I think we are now, I really get surprised having lived all this period from 1999. But I think that it has done very well, thanks to the cooperation of so many people. And I think that we can be proud collectively as Europeans of what has been done. That doesn't mean that we have achieved everything that was supposed to be achieved. And I hope very much that the Lisbon Treaty will allow us to take a jump, a quantum jump forward in the future, because many of the things that have not been able to be done probably are linked also to the difficulties of the ratification of treaties. Now today the European Union plays a crucial role in bringing stability to different parts of the world. Over the past 10 years, as has been said, we have contributed to 22 or more than 22 missions in every continent. I'd like to draw some lessons for the future. Briefly, I will do in six lessons, and I will start right now. The first one that I would like to share with you, which I can state it something like that. The strength of ESDP derives from its consensual basis, which lends its moral and legal legitimacy. And I think these two things are very important. The missions undertaken in the framework of ESDP are not based and should not be based on a single state's interest, but on a collective concern for other people's problems. And this is something that we have to keep in mind. I'd like to go to a second one that is very obvious. Nothing can be achieved without the means to do the job. The demands on us will not go away, will keep on growing. Our ambitions should grow along with the demands that will fill upon our shoulders. And there's a gap sometime between our ambitions and the reality of our capabilities. And this must be addressed, and much more because we're living in a difficult moment from the economic point of view, financial crisis, etc., and the tendency in the majority of the countries, not to say in every country, not to increase but to cut, not even to maintain but to cut. The resources devoted to ESDP is there. Therefore, we have to see how we handle this situation, otherwise we may diminish our capacity to act. Therefore, this is a reflection that has to be well thought and well transmitted to the leaders of our countries if we want to continue doing what we have been doing so far. We have demonstrated with three recent missions, the one in Georgia, EULEX, and the one in Somalia, that something very important to me. When the political will exists, we can match our ambitions. And it's very important to remember these three ones, many others we can remember, but these three ones, because they were done very rapidly. What is needed was at the disposal of the team that was leading, without an enormous length debate or discussion. When the political will is there, the assets are there. And that is something very important for us and very important for others. And I'm looking at Alain Leroy here, representative of United Nations. He suffers the same, that sometimes the political will is not really there, it's only rhetoric is there, but not the political will, and therefore it's difficult to do the things. In a world where we must be ready to engage in more complex and risky endeavors, it is absolutely essential that we have the personnel, the capabilities, both civilian and military, and which is very important also at the right moment. If we have the capabilities and the people too late, the value of the operation, the value of the effort is not the full that could be done. Therefore, striving for greater European defense integration and cooperation is a part of all of this. This is coming within the treaty, and I hope that the treaty will be followed not only at the letter, but also with the spirit. And the spirit of the treaty, I think, is clear on that. Member states should be to continue to support the European Defence Agency, and I think this is very important. And I see sometimes a faltering on that has to be maintained and maintained with energy, and energy means, in practical terms, budget. Now, the lesson number 3, which I would like to share with you, is that the comprehensive approach underpinning the ESDP is a very important value added. The logic underpinning ESDP, as you know, is a distinct civil and military approach to crisis management that we have to recognize was ahead of the time when it was conceived. Today is not such a modernity, but it used to be at the very beginning. It was very important from the very beginning, and we could do it because we were younger. We were starting to begin already with the civilian and military, or military civilian, in a certain manner incorporated. That logic has proved to validity and has been today, as I said, adapted by other organizations. But I think it provides a sound basis in which to approach the coming period of time.